Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tap In. Thank you for tapping in to the Tap In. I am Julius, and I am joined by my beautiful co-hosts, Mr. James and Mateo. We are going to start off with the Champions League because there was madness.
Oh my lord.
Madness, man, midweek. Where basically all the games kicked off at the same exact time, 3 o'clock over here on the East Coast, and it if you were trying to keep track of everything, it was too much. Your eyes went cross-eyed for sure, because there was at least I don't know, upwards of 10 games on. But we're going to start off with the Napoli versus Chelsea game because are Chelsea comeback kings? Because, just for a little foreshadowing, things are looking pretty good for Rosinha right now.
Yeah, man.
Talk to us, Mateo.
That was. I'm not gonna lie. So first of all, it's tough out here because we all have day jobs, obviously. And so we're having to keep track of all these games, our games plus all the other games, while trying to work and not get in trouble by our bosses or whatever, right? So
headphone in at all times.
It's just exactly. It's that plus the fact that you're watching your team do so poorly. Right. So we knew from the very beginning that, Napoli was going to be from the day that we had the draw, it was Barcelona and it was Napoli. Those were the two big games. Those were the games where we looked at them and we're like, damn, we got a hard draw. Obviously, we did really well with Barcelona, and we were hoping to have a very similar game here with Napoli. But it's been tumultuous in the last few weeks, so I easily could have expected a loss. And then that first half really had me, right. Started off pretty well with the PK from the handball on Napoli's side. Enzo took that, and we were 1-0. But man, did that change quickly. And by the time we were done, it was 2-1. Halftime, we were toothless. We looked completely dejected, and it just felt like every single game that we've had this season, where we're going into the halftime and they're up and we're just over with. Then the second half happens. And boy, howdy, was my boy João Pedro king for a day. His goals, his contributions were spectacular, bro. Club World Cup level João Pedro. That's the man. That's the guy who got me into this club. Finally doing the damn thing. That howler from outside the box got me all tingly. My spidey senses were up, bro. The hairs in the back of my head, bro. That was sickening. It was beautiful.
And an assist from Cole Palmer too.
An assist from Cole Palmer. Yes, sir. Yes. Which, it's not Cole Palmer of old. It's not vintage Cole Palmer, unfortunately. But you know what? I think he's moving along nicely. I think his I see more energy from Cole Palmer in that game and in the one from this weekend. So I think slowly but surely we're gonna see a resurgence of Cole Palmer. But man, that game alone was really, really something. And it really speaks to whatever Rosinha's been doing, whatever the differences have been between him and Enzo Maresca, have really allowed João Pedro to have more confidence in himself, take crazy shots. And I think João Pedro actually mentioned it in a press conference where he was asked, what's the difference between Liam and Enzo so far? And he mentioned that Liam is a lot more about intensity and Enzo is a lot more about control.
Okay.
And that was one of the biggest complaints that people had about João Pedro this season, is that he'd never take shots. He never took shots, I should say. And anytime he did have the opportunity, he would take too many touches before he would let one go. And by the time he was ready to let it go, he was already being swarmed. For some reason now, he's taking shots. He's taking shots outside the box. He's taking shots at random angles. He tried a bicycle kick this weekend, which
why not?
I am all for. I am all for it. Take your chances. You know what I mean? Like they were, obviously it was clear the angle was good for it, and it was just it's an awkward angle. I was all for it. So Liam Rosenior, man, that guy he's I'm hesitantly optimistic. I really really like him as a coach and as a person. I think I mentioned it before where I think I'm gonna reserve my true opinion of him until after the EFL Cup on
Okay.
Tuesday. But so far so good. The two big games for me were Arsenal for the Carabao and this Napoli game, and so far it's looking pretty good. My only thing though is, and I want to look at the starting lineup. The fact that we have to come back in the first place really really annoys me, right?
Don't
Yeah.
I know it?
You
Like the
know,
fact that we started with seemingly a pretty strong um seemingly pretty strong. I mean, it really was a strong lineup for the Napoli game. We had Esteval on the right, which is great. We had Neto on the left, that's the best we can do there right now. Fernandez in the 10, draw Pedro up top. But we had Gusto and James in the field at the same time, which I love Reece James, but I think he's much better as either a midfielder or on the right as a right back. I really think that he should have put somebody else there. That being said, I don't know who that person would be. Probably Trev. I mean, Trev came on after the fact, and that's kind of when we started looking a lot better, right? So yeah, I will say it sucks that we're having to come back. That's not where we want to be. I want to see dominance up front, but I'd rather a win than nothing, right? So,
Yep.
of course.
um, I love the substitutions Rosinier put in. They obviously made a difference. And that's huge. That really is. That's one of the things that and I hate to dig out on Maresca because I still love them as a coach. I still, if he was still our coach, I would still be elated, even though we had kind of a tough moment. And any success we have this season, well, of course, some of that is attributed to him, but
He should get a
he
trophy if there's any trophies. I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Like an
No,
honorary
100%.
one.
If we make it to the Champions League, he better come out with the team
He put in the
because
groundwork.
he put in the groundwork. We qualified for the Champions League because of his great season. And a lot of the strategy, a lot of the technique, a lot of what we're doing, see the box midfield, everything, the distribution, like it's not a lot of Rosinier ball yet that we see in Strasbourg. It's still a lot of Enzo Maresca stuff. Because he hasn't, and he said it in interviews before, he hasn't had time to run tactics. He's just
Mm.
been like little things here and there, but since everybody knows how to do the Maresca ball thing, that's what you got to kind of do. And um, during the Arsenal game, you kind of saw where he tried to force a little bit of the play from the back style, and how that didn't work out for him. How that was a big problem with Robert Sanchez. It really like tweaked him out. So I think a lot of it is still the groundwork that Enzo put in. But I will say one big thing that he really struggled with is substitutions.
Mm.
Enzo Maresca's substitutions were always too late.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were
for sure.
always not exactly what you needed to be, or they were always kind of like these panicky, like let's get these two attackers out there, let's get a defender swap, and like it never really made a big difference in my opinion. Rosinier, on the other hand, it feels like exactly right when you need to get a Cole Palmer on the ground, or when you need to get Trevor Chalobah out there, or whenever you need to take a Garnacho out and
Yeah.
put in draw Pedro as a 10. Like he has been a lot better at thinking on the fly, being a coach
In-game
on the line.
management.
In-game
His
management he has been
in-game
great
management
at.
has been pretty elite so far because
Yes.
I do agree with you. It does seem like he can diagnose a problem that he's watching
Right.
in live time and come up with the right substitution. And he's not afraid of an early substitution, which we saw in this game. But Cole Palmer
Yeah.
on the 46th minute, 2 assists. So he,
Two
he he
assists.
brought you your comeback. And
Oh yeah.
and that's a testament to Rosinior's coaching for sure.
And I don't know if this is true or not. I guess I didn't pay enough attention when Mariska was the manager, but It also seemed like that the players vibe much better with Rosigne than they do Maresca. From the
I
videos
think
I've
so.
seen with the interactions, they like him like as a person more than
I think
Maresca.
he's been, yeah, I think he's been able to galvanize the team a little bit better. I will say Enzo. I think Enzo Fernandez and Enzo Maresca really liked each other quite a bit, and I think during the beginning of the transition, Enzo Fernandez seemed to be a little bit frustrated. But overall, it seems like the team is starting to really galvanize under Liam. So I agree with you. I think he's taking people are taking a liking to him. The team seems to be taking a liking to him, and I think there's a mindset shift a little bit too. That's actually really important, and that's a great point, James. Where like under Enzo Maresca, whenever we were down a goal, the team felt like the energy was sucked out of them.
Deflated.
And it was defeated, and it was like even if it was in the 70th minute and you still have the whole rest of the game to play, energy went down, passing went for the wayside instead of sideways passes instead of progressive passes. Like it really felt like it was a dejected kind of team, whereas with Liam Rosinier, you see the exact opposite. They almost like are feeding off of the pressure. They're going in there, they're getting scrappy, they're chaotic. West Ham, once they had their lead, sorry, and I don't want to get into it, but because we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but we were able to break down a low block this time around a lot more effectively than we have in the past. And I think it's because of that. It's that mindset, it's that drive, it's that anger, it's that hunger that you're getting from Liam Rosinier. And I think there was another clip that I saw of Robert Sanchez kind of yelling at the fans as they were being booed when they were going into the locker room right at the halftime line, where Robert Sanchez was literally like, "There's still 45 minutes left. There's 45 minutes left.
Give us a chance.
You guys gotta like come up. You guys like he was raising the fans to the level that he's at, and I don't think we would have seen that last year, right? Like, I'm talking about like 2025,
couple months ago.
right? A
Yeah.
couple months ago. It's such a weird feeling because it's been less than a month, but he's already played 6 games, so it's just like
Yeah.
so wild that he's had to deal with that. But yeah, man, that Napoli game was tremendous. I was emotionally drained at the end of that. At the beginning, I was so sad. At the end, I was elated. I couldn't. What a great game. At the very minimum, it's been super entertaining. Whatever happens this season, it's been a lot of fun, man. It's been
Absolutely.
a lot of fun.
And you guys are very firmly in the top 8. And let me see, from what's been drawn so far, I believe you guys are going up against either Carabao or Newcastle. So it's one of you guys or Barcelona that will take them. So I mean, it's a favorable draw as well with that Napoli win, and you guys actually eliminated Napoli from that result as well.
Yeah, Antonio
They didn't
Conte's
even make
Napoli.
the playoffs.
Yeah.
They
Now
so
I'll
they
add
are out of the
I'll add the
competition.
caveat that they technically are the champions of Italy, right? Because
They are.
won
They are.
won Serie A last season, but they had like 7 or 8 key players that were out on injuries.
True.
Antonio Conte's historically not been great in Europe for one reason or the other.
That's
So
also
I'll add
very
those
true.
little caveats, right? Because those are important. But a win is a win, and
100%.
Napoli, that Maradona Stadium is still insane. 2 Chelsea fans got stabbed.
Oh,
I don't know if
damn.
you knew that. Yeah, two
Nice,
Chelsea fans got
nice.
stabbed and had to go to the hospital.
Yikes.
Uh,
Wow.
So those fans are not fucking around. And
No.
and on top of
We
that,
like Napoli here, okay?
They haven't-
We have
they
respect
haven't-
for Napoli.
well, I don't know. I'm kidding.
You want to
I'm
get
just
stabbed?
joking. I'm just
They're
kidding.
already stabbing Chelsea fans. I'm just saying.
Well, I was gonna say some stuff, but I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it simple, guys. Come on. What I was gonna say is, Napoli haven't lost at home since 2024.
Wow.
So it wasn't an easy feat, and I really think that Rosinier should really take that and be really proud of that outcome, and the whole team too. They really played to win. That was a great game. That was really a great game.
Absolutely. So
No.
moving on to our next game, we're going to talk about Man City versus Galatasaray. Again, in that same exact time slot. So while my boy Mateo was, up and down, jumping in out of his seat at
Being
work,
throttled.
I was watching this game, and it was definitely it was an interesting game because we had that terrible result against Bodo Glimt. So it was all to play for. We were in touching distance basically to the top 8, but we needed a win and we needed some significant results elsewhere throughout the continent in the competition. Um, so just straight off the bat, I remember you guys were talking about it, or you had made a comment, Mateo. You're like, what is this? What is this? What is this team? What is this lineup? What is this weak? Oh, I think you said weak ass backline. I was like, calm down, okay? I'm aware, but the reality is, you were asking about Gahey and Semenyo. So because of the fact that we were still doing the knockouts, they hadn't registered with our team prior to the knockout, so we weren't able to use them in Champions League just yet. So they'll be available for further on in the competition. So we had to make do with basically the lineup that we've had thus far. We had Ake in the back line, kind of taking place of that young center back that has had a couple of, pretty bad moments. Elaine, despite a pretty good start. So he was partnering up with Kusanov, who got pace for days. We had no Rodri because I think he got a red card in that Bodo Glimt game. So we had Nico O'Reilly, who's typically our left back, playing in midfield, and he was doing great. Wow. We had a little karaoke break. But back to what I was saying. We definitely had a very good, strong start to the game because, I feel like this has happened a couple times this year where we're going back to certain games and seeing a lot of our ex-players. In this game, we had Sane and Gundogan across the pitch for Galatasaray, and Osimhen is always a problem. So I was definitely concerned about that back line. I wanted to see a good performance, especially from Kusanov, who has been playing a lot more now, and Ake definitely has the experience that Elaine lacks, but maybe doesn't have the legs and the jets to keep up. But bro, we started off strong immediately. Doku was terrorizing their defense. We had them pinned back. And eventually, I think within like 9 minutes, 11 minutes, Holland gets in with a beautiful ball over the top and chips the keeper. And I'm just like, what? Because I forgot what it was like to see Holland score, honestly, because he
you were spoiled at the beginning of this season.
I was. I mean, listen, this is what we bought him for, and he was electric at the beginning of the season. I mean, I think he's still technically, if Igor Thiago hasn't caught up to him, I think he's still at the top of the Golden Boot rankings for the league. But that was beautiful. Very soon thereafter, Turkey came off with a great goal, again assisted by Doku, and I mean, I think he was passed off the ball, had to dribble a little bit between a couple defenders, and was just clear goal into the bottom left corner, past the goalkeeper, and it was gorgeous. And after that, unfortunately, Doku got injured and had to come off pretty early, which is concerning. And hopefully it's just a knock. I believe it was knee to knee.
I think
and
it's a
he
thigh
was down
injury, and it sounds like
okay, so maybe something with the muscle.
Yeah, he's only going to be out till he should be back this month, so sometime this month.
Okay,
so it's a little bit of a knock, but I think he might be out for a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Sooner the better.
Yeah.
But ultimately we were able to keep them out, and we looked pretty solid defensively. We had a couple scares, a couple of instances where they were caught off sides. Osimhen definitely was, throwing his body around and showing why he could be such a physical threat. I still feel like Osimhen is kind of being wasted out in Turkey. I'm surprised that no other team Yeah, I mean, I understand it's the wages, but I'm surprised nobody, like even you guys, Chelsea, didn't go for Osimhen. He's just too expensive. But
It's not
uh,
even just that. I think he's aged out, unfortunately.
how old is
It's
he at this point?
yeah,
Is he like what, 27, 28? 27.
yeah.
Yeah, so
If you're, it's
he'll be
kind of
like
one
a
of the
Gyökeres. You're gonna get
they're
like 2-3
calling us
years.
the what's his name? What's that actor's name that only goes for the younger
Leonardo
woman?
DiCaprio.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're calling us the Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, you said
club.
aged out. I was like, what the? How
I
are you
was like,
talking
what?
about? He's
What you
like
mean?
26.
Yeah, no. Would I tell you that this club will not look at anyone unless they're under like 23? It's a real shame, but it is what it is.
Weren't you talking about Rudiger like a couple weeks ago?
Listen, there's all these ridiculous. Look, there's all
He's
these
like
ridiculous.
34.
To be fair, he was on a free, and he was gonna be like basically, it was gonna be. I don't know. Regardless,
I
there's a
didn't think
lot
it
of.
was the worst idea, but
No, I thought it was a great
I'm
idea
thinking,
personally, but I think there's a lot of rumors attached to Chelsea for whatever reason that are just absolutely ridiculous.
still
Vinicius,
going
Mhm.
strong.
Endrick, we were linked to Endrick, and then Fabrizio
True.
Romano came out as like zero chance.
How are we
Zero
back on
chance.
Chelsea? Hold
Sorry,
on.
sorry.
Exactly.
You
Back.
brought it up. You brought it up.
Go back. Go back.
Sorry,
Go back.
sorry. Let's
Go back.
Galatasaray, Osimhen,
So,
Bobby.
all I'm saying is that we were
There's
able to see
still
out the win,
a lot of
and
talent
we
there.
were in 8th place, and we were just dependent on what was happening in one other game. And that game was Benfica versus Real Madrid. Jose Mourinho came back. Was it in the Bernabeu?
The
Or
special
was it in
one.
Portugal?
Oh, I don't know.
Let me see real
No
quick.
idea.
Because wherever it was,
It was
Jose
in,
Mourinho felt
Benfica.
like he was at home.
That was at home,
Portugal.
It was in Portugal.
Mm.
And dude, I obviously my attention was on that Man City Galatasaray game. But there was notifications going off. I had seen very early on that Mbappe was on one. You know, he had 2 goals. Basically bringing it back after Benfica scored. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. Shelderup? Something like that?
That was pretty good.
Know.
That was pretty good.
Is it? Okay.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
But
you're hooked on phonics.
But the point is that Real Madrid, I mean, who would have expected Benfica to get the result here?
Nah, I'm telling you, bro, a lot of parlays were destroyed because of that game, bro. There's a lot of people that saw that third goal and were just like, I'm out $50.
Yeah. and it really comes down to like the last couple of minutes because you know, that's when I tuned in after the Galatasaray game was over. I went ahead and watched, and they were crowding the box. They were sending people up. Jose Mourinho apparently wasn't aware because they were up by the 90 or no, they were up the entire time basically.
The 50th minute. Yeah. So what I'd heard or what I'd seen on some interviews is that he was backed up, so he was about to be before this game, if he had lost it, he was going to be obviously out of the Champions League.
Yeah,
and he just needed to win, right?
Exactly.
I forget who's right below them, but because of a goal differential, Marseille. Thank you.
It was Marseille.
But because of a goal differential, Marseille would have gone ahead of them, and they had scored during this time period, right? And so they had told him, they're like, "Hey, 1 goal is not going to be enough. It's going to have to be 1 more goal or we're out."
But it didn't seem to register right away, honestly.
It wasn't until it wasn't. I think. Well, when did Marseille score their goal?
No idea.
No clue.
Ooh, excuse me.
Oh, they didn't score at all. Never mind. I take that back.
But there was that goal differential, and if they would have left it at 3-2 and they wouldn't have shown any sort of urgency, they were going to be out. Or were they going to be completely out? Or because I think they were the
out.
last.
They would have been the 25th
in the playoffs.
They would have been 25th.
Yeah. And so, like, one last kick of the game, literally the 90th minute plus 8. That's ridiculous. They
Yep.
send their goalkeeper up.
They said, we need everybody.
Real Madrid have lost their heads. Asensio and Rodrigo just came off with 2 red cards back to back. Just just focus, guys. Because they were the other team that really could have taken the 8th place off of us. But they ended up in 9th because of poor decision making. And then heroics by this guy, Trubin. Dear God, did you see the header?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He had like
nuts.
a header where he fell forward and like coasted it off into the corner.
Superman.
It was beautiful. And from a goalkeeper, I mean, there was parties in Lisbon, without a doubt.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Without
that guy,
a doubt.
that is the highlight of his career.
Mhm.
No matter what happens here, he will forever. He's. I mean, it's historic now. He's one of 5 goalies to have ever scored in the Champions League. That's amazing. That's a
And
feat.
I would like to see the other goals, but I have to say he's probably contender for the best goal because that was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
pretty
incredible.
Pretty outstanding.
And I mean,
To keep
lo
him
and
in it,
behold,
yeah, amazing.
lo and behold, Jose Mourinho, even if he may not be in, the most Premier League of all Premier Leagues, he still got it, clearly. Now, if he's going to continue forward with Benfica, we shall see. But without a doubt, that was an amazing performance from his Benfica side.
Absolutely.
So, now that we are done touching up on the Champions League, are there any other games we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about my man's Aston Villa versus, was it Salzburg or Leipzig?
Leipzig.
It was Leipzig. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was Salzburg.
Oh, it was Salzburg.
It
My
was
bad.
Salzburg.
It was
Okay, because I saw
Salzburg.
that the note changed.
Yep. All right. So this one. Now I want to point out one thing real quick before I start talking about it. Mateo, you guys aren't the comeback kings just yet. All right.
Hey,
We've came back from like a total of 11 games down 1 goal or 2 this season. We have, so not just yet. That's our only claim to fame.
Listen,
right now.
it's not a crown I really want. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's not a very fun one to have.
The winning kings. I want to be the dominant.
It's not very
well,
fun.
comeback kings implies you win.
It's not a very
I know, but I want to be
But you're
the,
uncomfortable for a while.
I want to be the shiver me timbers. They're coming.
It's not
king.
a very
Comfortably
fun
winning team.
crown to wear. It's exciting, but not very fun. It's very stressful. But anyway, in this game, in the first half, we were dreadful, dude. Our defense was horrible. We were losing the ball all the time. We stayed, I think the first goal was a score off of a Tyrone Mings mistake. He lost the ball and pretty much just gave it to the defender and right past Martinez. And then they scored right out the gate in the second half. I can't remember if that one was the mistake or the first one was.
Yale? I don't even know how to say his name.
Yayo.
Yeah. Right?
Oh, Yale.
Yale.
No, the first one was Kanate,
Everybody
and then the
say
second one was
Yale.
Yale.
Yayo.
But yeah, the first, I want to say 50 minutes was just a lot of a lack of discipline within the entire team, I think. And then the second half, after that second goal, Unai Emery was just like, I'm going to just try shit at this point. I'm going to just try some shit. So he subbed in so many people, it felt like. I think he subbed in Ezri Konza for Onana at center mid, defensive center mid. Jamaldine Jamo, who's like 18 years old, subbed him in for Buendia. Matty Cash got subbed out for Hemmings.
Never heard of Hemmings.
Caden Young, another young guy, I think he's like 21, got subbed in for Jadon Sancho. So we subbed in.
How much you want from him? No, I'm kidding. I heard 21. I was like, I want him.
And then, you know who started? Harvey Elliott started the game.
Yeah.
He played today as well. And it came after Unai Emery was like, we are not keeping him. He will not be playing.
No way. He said it like that?
I don't know if he said it like that or knowing Unai Emery, he probably did say it like that. He was probably like, we don't want him. But then,
Good evening.
But then everybody got hurt. Ollie Watkins got hurt in this game, and that's why Ollie Watkins got hurt, and they moved Morgan Rogers up to the striker position, and that's when he got his goal, and they moved him up, and I'm pretty sure I think they might have moved Buendia. No, they subbed Buendia off. They put Jamal Dean up there, and I was just like, yo, we got the second team, the third team out on the field, because I'm like, because before the game I looked at the lineup and I saw all those people who could come in for subs and whatnot. And I'm like, who the hell are these? They're a bunch of teenagers, and
Are they academy guys? Or are they guys you guys just recently picked up in
think they're academy
the
guys.
January transfer window?
I think they're academy guys. I know Jamo has been he's first ever Premier League match was earlier this season, because I saw.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I saw a video of his mom taking a video of the TV. It was like, my son finally got in the game or whatever.
Yeah, so 19 years old, like you said.
Yeah, so I think a bunch of these guys, Jamo and Young, I think they're academy guys. I don't know where Young came from, but I'm assuming that he's an academy guy as well.
Yeah, and he's only 20.
And Hemmings, he started against Arsenal the second time, so I think he also is academy guy, not positive.
18.
Yeah, Hemmings.
Yeah.
Their
So
young team was out there.
They just threw youth out there.
They were just like, I feel like that second half after that second goal, Anna Marie was like, you know what, guys? Go play football. Just go have fun.
Figure it out.
Play your game.
You're home.
Play within the way I play within how we play freestyle, whatever. And it worked. It worked. That header from Tyrone Mings was beautiful. I think it was a cross from Lucas Dine. Oh, nice. And he just came flying in, bow, right in. Great header, right in front of the keeper. The keeper was like right about to punch it out or catch it, and he just came out of nowhere and just bow. And then when I first noticed Jim Aldine, he got subbed on in like the 60th minute, and within 2 minutes, he shot a rocket from way outside the box. He like dribbled inside a little bit and just shot it. Didn't even have a care in the world. And I remember sitting here thinking, I like that. I like that. I don't care that he missed or that it was from hell. I don't care. He wanted to shoot that thing, so he shot it. And then after that, we were just all over him. We kept control of the ball the whole time. We were getting shots on goal. We were getting into the box. We were really controlling of the ball. And I think that was majorly because we subbed in Onana into the second half. And Morgan Rogers was subbed in, I think, as well. Sorry, this game was kind of crazy to me. But that last goal, shout out to Jamal Dean. It's his first goal of his Premier League career, I think. I think it was a grounder from a little bit outside the box. No, it wasn't. It was Caden Young had the ball coming down the right side of the field, and he had Morgan Rogers in the middle, and he crosses it on the ground right behind Morgan Rogers, and it goes right past the defender. Everybody thought it was going to Morgan Rogers. I thought it was going. I was like, you have him right there in front of the goal. Goes right by him to Jamal Dean, wide open in the corner of the box, hits it. I think he dribbles on the ground and goes in, because even the keeper had no idea that he was over there. And it was a beautiful goal. And because 3 goals to come back in that second half, stressful, dude. Stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So now I think the positioning of the Europa League in that entire game changed like so much.
Yeah.
I think like at the beginning of the game, we were tied for first place. Then they went up by 2, and then all of a sudden we were in 5th place. And they kept saying it on the broadcast. Oh, they're now tied for 4th place with whoever. We scored again. Oh, they're now tied with Lyon for 2nd. And I think now we're in 2nd now, right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a must win for us. So I guess that's why Unai decided to go with this crazy lineup and substitutions. I guess he was
resting you guys' main guys for the Premier League.
Yeah.
I think he's focusing a little bit more on that.
Not that did any help. But we're not there quite yet.
We're not there yet. But ultimately, you guys are also dealing with a whole lot of injuries.
Dude.
So that plus trying to rest stay in multiple competitions at the same time. It kind of needed to be done. So,
Ollie
and
Watkins
who knows?
is now hurt with a hamstring injury after this
Yeah.
game. So
Oh, is it long term as
it just says
well? Or?
doubtful. It has no.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
it could be a couple
I'd
weeks.
say March. No.
If it says March, we're
Damn.
screwed. So there's that. So
That's rough. But you guys are either going to be playing either Thessalonica, Celta Vigo, or Lille, or
I'm fairly confident that we can do pretty well in the Europa League.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the Premier League that I'm more concerned with. So
for sure. But all in all, a great win. Again,
very
another
exciting
great
win.
comeback.
Yep.
You guys looking great in great form right now.
In the Europa.
At least in Europa. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it now. Actually,
fine. We can. We might as well just roll right into it.
Let's just roll right into it. Do you want to start tee it off?
I'll go first. I want to get it out the way. This had to have been one of the most frustrating matches I've ever seen Aston Villa play in my life.
Really? Even worse than the first 2 months?
Honestly,
we had some struggles, people.
It's close. Maybe not as frustrating, but it was pretty freaking frustrating, man. The first half, it was all right. We were playing okay. We didn't really have the ball that much of the time, but then it was in like the 39th or the 42nd minute where they got a red card, which was a crazy red card, by the way. Matty Cash and whatever, the German guy, get tangled up for the ball. Yeah, something like that. Started with an S. And they get tangled up. And the guy's laying on Matty Cash and he's trying to get up. And then he just cleats Matty Cash in the chest and pushes off.
I think it was kind of like in the groin.
It was somewhere around there in the body.
Rough.
It hurt.
Yeah.
And it had the nerve to be like, what are you talking about? What? I'm like, bro, you just kicked this dude in the groin area to get off of him. What are you talking about? That's a red all day. And then immediately after that, they scored a goal. And it was, I'm not going to say it was lucky, but it was just very unfortunate that the guy, he was coming up the right side of the box. He shoots it. And I want to say it was Pau Torres. Blocks it with his back foot. Or it was either him or Konza. Blocks it with his back foot. The ball immediately bounces right back to him. No deflection there. Hit it, came right back. And when he hit it, Emi Martinez, he moves with the ball. And when the ball comes back so fast already, he's out of position. And so, right, top left, right in there. Bang, right in. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then the second half. I'm not sure this stat of the second half, but I'm almost fairly positive we had the ball 92% of the time in the second half.
In complete control.
Complete control. They had 10 people in the box the whole second half. They were fighting for their lives.
The lowest of low blocks.
The lowest block I've ever seen. They subbed in 4 guys over the height of 6'2" in the back line, and we didn't even take corners. That was what was frustrating to me. I was like, can we sub in Onana and Tyrone Mings, please? Or put Pau Torres up in the box? Can we at least try and cross one in for a set piece? Nope, not a single time. We just passed it in short and just kind of, I almost said something pretty bad, but we just kind of, not softly, but just passed it around the entire back line. And I'm just like, guys, we're not going to score like this. You got to be aggressive.
You need some intensity.
I think it was the most success we had with it was Jadon Sancho when he got moved to the left wing when they subbed in Leon Edwards and
Leon Bailey,
sorry. And he was able to get into the box a few times, but he never shot it. He would always pass it out because he didn't think he had, I don't know. It was just so frustrating because I'm like, look, they're clearly parking the bus on this one. They have 10 guys. They're not going to try and score. They've got one striker out there. They're not going to try and score this. If I'm you, I'm shooting everything every time I get the ball and I have
For sure.
a chance.
That was the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes, y'all were just like taking these crazy shots from outside the box, which is what you guys should have probably done
the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time.
But even before that, though, back to what you were saying with Jadon Sancho, he set up that great chance with Tammy Abraham, who actually put it in the back of the net, and then it got called off.
Called back because of the VAR.
Because of VAR.
Can you guys explain to me what that was? Because I did not understand it. It looked like a goal the whole day.
So this is before that play. This is, I think, Leon Bailey and whoever the left wing or left back or right back of Brentford was.
Henry.
It
was Henry and Bailey. They were like kind of wrestling in the corner.
And Leon Bailey kind of fell on the ball. And at the time, you couldn't tell if the ball was in or out. And so the ref made a judgment call that it was in at that moment in time. And the line judge advantage. I don't even know how the line judge, he was right there. I don't know why he didn't say anything, but whatever. So they let it go. They played advantage, and that's when we went down. Sancho gave beautiful pass, and then boom, goal. Then they were like, hold on. Was that out of bounds?
We gotta bring it back. Yeah.
VAR.
Yep.
Disallowed. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. Why would you let that
great goal?
Why would you let that whole play happen?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the ball was out.
It was
out. It was definitely out.
I see.
So
it was pretty clearly.
So I was like, I couldn't really be too mad at it.
Yeah.
So,
but hopefully it's a sign of things to come from Tammy Abraham. The fact that he actually
he played
in the back of the
fairly well. There was a couple of times where I was like, you should have hit that. You should have scored that right there.
Should have hit that.
There's a couple of times we should have scored. Leon Bailey had himself a beautiful chance there at the end, right in front of right side of the goal, and he kind of skied it a little bit. Morgan Rogers, he played, he's always the best one out there, trying his hardest, getting good shots off. But there was a chance he also had, but he passed it. I just didn't like how soft we were playing, if that's the right word, for a majority of that second half. I didn't like it. They weren't playing with any urgency. They're playing like we have time. And when you're down with one goal and where you are on the table, you can't play like you're Arsenal or whatever. And you have a 6-point lead. You have to attack, especially when we're down a man. You got to attack. And they just
or you're up a man because they had 10 and you were 11.
Yeah. And they just didn't. So
yeah,
I was
low
mad
blocks are hard,
time.
man. Low blocks are hard to crack. Like honestly, the best of teams get absolutely taken out by these low blocks just because you can't get to your striker, you can't get your wingers any big chances. It really ends up becoming one of those things where you either have just individual brilliance to break down that low block, or you just shoot it from outside the box, hope for the best.
Crossers like crazy.
Yeah. That was my thing. Matty Cash, this whole season, his favorite shot has been on that right side outside the box. Yeah. He only took one. And I'm like, just one. And I'm like, dude, we got to draw them out somehow. If you can just dribble up a little, because they had the space. If he just dribbled a little closer and just kept taking that shot, somebody would have had to come out eventually, be like, he's getting a little bit close with these kicks.
Mm-hmm.
We got to put a body out there, and then open it up a little bit from there. But we didn't do that, and it was very frustrating to watch. So now we've dropped 3 points. Now we're in third, officially 1 point behind Man City, 7 points I think, or 6 points behind Arsenal. No, 7 points. 7 points.
I think it's 7, yeah.
So, fighting for Champions League at this point. So,
which, you guys are... I think there's plenty of space between you and United, I think, right?
They have... Table like? I think we're up 5 points on them. They might be at 41.
41.
Yeah, we're at 5 points.
Yeah.
Because we have 46.
It's closing up quite a bit, huh?
It is.
Because they're playing very well, so...
Yeah. That's the third win in a row, and they're looking dominant.
Again, another 3-2, where I believe they came back. What happened in that game? Did any of you guys catch that?
I didn't catch that one. No.
Who'd they play? Fulham. Yeah. I didn't
So
catch
it looks like they were actually up. First half, they were up most of the game. Cunha got a second goal, and then I guess just Fulham put it on them really late, and it required a Sesko winner right at the end.
Again?
I gotta say, these new managers, Rossinier, Carrick,
And Carey,
all right. I
Yeah.
wasn't
Gonna be like-
expecting this.
it's gonna be the new Pep and Klopp.
Oh hell no!
Oh God.
Listen, Pep is still here for now. Okay,
Whatever.
for now.
Let's get to it then. Let's
Let's get to it, I guess. I can't avoid
Spurs
it.
City.
Man, guys, listen. There's a whole lot that could be said about this game. I'm gonna say a lot, but at the end of the day, we
It is
need
what it
those
is.
3 points, and
Don't
we fucked it up.
I understand completely. Don't need
Listen,
You ain't gotta
listen,
tell me,
listen.
man.
Okay, hold on. Let's talk. Okay, so back to what you were saying before. Gehi, Semenyo, they're back at it. We were down Doku, like we talked about, because of that Champions League game where he got injured. But we had a really strong lineup, a really, really strong lineup. Now,
Yeah.
Spurs have always been one of our bogey teams. No matter how bad they are,
Mhm.
they could put us to work. In fact, I think they
Which
beat
is
us.
crazy
It's
for the
like that.
Spurs this year.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. I mean, but bear in mind, Spurs were fourth in that table for Champions League. That's a whole nother
Again,
thing.
don't understand it. To be fair, they had a pretty
Bizarre.
good. They had a pretty good draw. To be fair, but
They did, but
that being
fourth,
said, our worst games have been to lower, quote unquote, lower teams. So
Yeah.
regardless, Champions League is a whole other animal. So good on them, I guess.
100%. But the point is, we typically struggle over there, especially when we're in their stadium, which this game was in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So, there was that hesitation, and because of how the past couple of games have gone, where, Aston Villa and ourselves have been, the closest contenders to Arsenal.
Not
We
anymore.
were all kind of hoping, and we could talk about it maybe briefly later. We were all hoping that Leeds could do something, the favor to all of us. But in reality, even if it was at Ellen Road, it was going to be a long day for Leeds, because I believe in the reverse fixture. I think, didn't Arsenal put 4 past them then as well? So
Yeah.
they extended their lead.
At home for Arsenal is a different animal in a way. But
100%.
you're right.
100%. But they extended their lead, and so we came out. From every pundit that I heard, from every City podcast that I listened to, this was classified as a must-win, essentially.
Yeah.
Because if we want to go ahead and close up that gap, now is when we have to start putting together runs. We need them to do ourselves some favors, which they've been so obliging to do over the last couple of weeks, and drop some points.
Dude,
But-
what?
Yeah.
Neither one of our teams has capitalized off of any one of them.
100%. 100%. So let's get into it. So, very early on, we're looking spectacular in the first couple of minutes. Turkey, I mean, the dude is just unstoppable. When he is in form, you can't.
I texted
He is
you. I was
silky.
like, the fact that sorry, I got to
No, go ahead.
Chelsea
Go ahead.
for a second, but the fact
every
that
chance.
you guys
every chance.
chance. Hey, I love the team, and I'm gonna bring it up every single time. He is young. He was cheap, and he is talented. How we let that guy drop past some more fingers, I will never understand. And he would have been perfect on the left wing, and then we would have absolutely dominated this season. I don't know what happened there. Those sporting directors, man, I swear.
Yeah. And
You would have never gotten paid $150,000 a week, though. That's for damn sure.
Who? Turkey?
Turkey, that's how much he's getting paid at City.
That's too
150.
little. He deserves
Right.
so much more,
Yeah.
honestly. But I mean, it was a great build up to that goal, where basically Bernardo, I think he played it out from the back and found Holland, who laid it off to Turkey, and Turkey just advances, and it's one of those things where he's not the fastest guy, but he finds himself in great positions. He's great with those 1-2s, so he can get almost a jump start on the defender that he's up against. and he just found himself forward and just quick low shot past Vicario, and we're up. And we're up early. So I initially I was like, okay, all right. So have we broken that curse here at Tottenham Stadium? I don't know. We've seen it a couple times, but ultimately, can this last? We continued to press the advantage. Turkey got another great opportunity where he was coming in off the right and chopped one guy, got past him, Dragusin, he like fake shot, and he went completely sliding past him, and he took a quick shot and just barely got it deflected by Vicario. And that's gonna be a theme here. There was some interesting calls from the ref, and I don't want to blame it all on the ref, because at the end of the day, my team has enough attacking talent that you should be finishing those chances, even if things are up against you. But just in that one instance with Turkey, there was a corner that wasn't called. There were some fouls that weren't getting called.
There was a goal that should have been disallowed.
There was a goal that should have been disallowed. The first one by Solanke
and fouled. Yeah.
We'll get to that. Yeah, that happened in the second half. But yeah. This was again, and we talked about this, I think, last week. I feel like I am talking too much about the referees, but the reality is like
that's always the problem, man.
No, for real though. If you would have seen this game, dude, there was some shicey shit going on. I'm just saying. Anyways,
I agree with you.
Yeah, right before halftime, we have another great opportunity with Semenyo where basically they find Bernardo Silva right in front of goal, and he just like as he's falling down, passes it off to Semenyo, and Semenyo is one-on-one with the goalkeeper and coolly finishes it off top left corner, just over the shoulder of Vicario. And after that, he did his little backflip. We were all happy. Mateo was making jokes about gymnastics,
Oh, I wasn't even making jokes. That just was annoying to me. We can talk about that a little bit.
I wish I could do a backflip and a somersault and all the rest of the stuff. But I agree with you.
If I was Pep Guardiola, I would fine him $100,000 for trying to do those celebrations.
No fun.
You fall on your ankle weird, and you're out the rest of the season. Why you are doing these gymnastics, bro? Go to the Olympics, brother. You want to go do one of these.
All I'm gonna say is you sound like a real Maresca right now. I need you to be a senior where you're all about positive energy and you're celebrating people and you're coming up with quick solutions, okay? Because right now you sound like an old bitter old man. Because we can't do those flips.
Listen, when he ate that landing on that, my first thought was like, oh no,
he slipped the disc.
Semenyo just injured himself. He just got here.
Oh my God! Let me tell you, if he would have actually injured himself, I would have been right there with you. I would have made a sign. I would have been pissed. But thankfully he didn't. He laughed it off. It was all fun and jovial. There were some really good performances. I was impressed in that first half, despite how bad Spurs were and how unable to really control much of anything. I liked Conor Gallagher.
Yeah,
because he was a bulldog. He was exactly what I expected him to be coming back from Atletico Madrid. And it turns out he ended up playing a pretty big part in the second half, because in the second half they come out and Thomas Frank job seems to be perpetually on the line. Must have had a hell of a talk.
Yeah,
had a hell of a talk, because Spurs came out with a point to prove. Someone reminded them that they were home and that they hadn't won at home in a very long time.
Yep.
But man, Solanke, and that goes to what you were talking about before about is it an offside goal? Is it not an offside goal? There was some funkiness in this game.
Well, no, it was a foul. I mean, Gagey was clearly fouled. He was able to get in front of the.
That was the first one. Yeah.
He was able to get
the second one was
of Solanke.
Yeah.
And Solanke, as he was driving to kick the ball, hit Gaethje
Hit him in the
before he
ankle.
hit the ball. Yeah,
Yep.
pretty hard, honestly.
Hard, and he was down on the floor for a while.
Which is a foul.
Yeah,
Every day and twice on Sunday.
100%.
Like, it is a foul. It's a foul. It's a foul. That should have not been. That should have not stood. But
I agree 100%. But again, and now that was like already the third or fourth instant where it was like, referee, what game are you watching? Are you choosing when and when not to look at VAR based off of who, what stadium you're in? Because that's really what it felt like. I'm telling you, that one. I mean, it felt pretty cruel because I mean, especially with Gaethje, he was having a good game, and I think it even went down as an own goal. I don't know if officially by the end of the game.
No,
they gave it to Solanke.
Yeah.
But initially, the commentators were like, it very well
looked like
could be an own goal.
But it was Solanke who kicked the ball.
Yeah, who drove it through Gaethje's leg, and then 17 minutes later, another great opportunity from Solanke. Where did you guys happen to see that goal?
Yes, that scorpion.
Dude,
oh my
scorpion.
Lord. Oh my
from
Lord.
Across.
I was like, oh my.
From across, and I mean he's airborne and literally just over him, over his shoulder, and over
right on the top left bin. Oh.
Yep. Over Donnarumma.
Beautiful
and
things.
After that, it was just damage control, and we were just not able to do it. And I think, let me see, because it seems like Gallagher and Xavi Simons got assist. Which one assisted that last goal? Because that last one, Jesus Christ, it was beautiful. Where is it? Sorry, bear with me. Yeah, that one was from across from Gallagher off the right. And, I mean, maybe he can be what Frank needs to go ahead and solidify, at least, just be comfortably outside of the relegation zone and see what they could do in the Champions League. But all in all, it was very disappointing, guys. I mean, we got some bad calls against us, but at the end of the day, I've seen this too many times within last season and this season where we go up or we are comfortable in a situation, and I don't know if it's complacency or if it's like we got this, we can see it out, we can ticky-tack our way to sing out this result, but the
shift in energy was crazy.
Yeah, it almost feels like we don't have it within us right now to see out a game and to be ruthless and pile on the goals.
Why do you think that is?
What was great about our team before was the fact that we had all these people who had been there and done it, and they had pulled out those last minute winners. They could put together a run of games, go 11 on the bounce and see out a league. There's no doubt, and I think I was pretty transparent about this from the beginning, that with all these new signings, we're definitely in a transitional period this year. We very well, I mean, I've seen crazier things. We could still catch Arsenal. Is it likely? It's becoming less and less likely week by week. And I'm going to be transparent about that.
Yeah.
But, maybe this is the sort of situation that some of these newer guys like Cherky, who despite being brilliant, never won never won the league in Ligue 1. He never won the Champions League. I mean, Semenyo just came from Bournemouth. We have a couple of academy guys like Nico O'Reilly, who is coming on leaps and bounds, but hasn't been part of a whole lot of, I mean, he was on the periphery in the last couple of years, but he hasn't been there, done that. And then Gaethje even, who, despite definitely being, definitely the defender of the match, despite that terrible, situation with that first goal with Solanke, I'm very confident him and Kusanov are going to be very strong going forward. But the reality is he hasn't won anything either. And, well, he won the FA Cup. Okay, that's not fair. He won the FA Cup, but ultimately, I think it's going to take some time, at least another season, for some of these players to gel together and start downloading that winning DNA. And it does concern me because there are all those rumors about Pep leaving, or if Pep might leave at the end of the season. I don't know, because I mean I feel like we've been here like 4 or 5 times. I think his anniversary with City just passed this week. He's been there 10 years, and there's been at least 3 or 4 instances where there's a contract extension. Is he going to? Is he not going to? Is he going to leave? He's never been here this long. I've heard it a million times. At this point, I'm just happy to enjoy the ride while it lasts and see what another manager, if we see another manager anytime soon, can do. But ultimately, my faith is still in Pep. My faith is still in these players. I think they can still pull something out. I've seen Arsenal bottle it 4 years in a row. So I'm not saying it's over, but it's looking less likely, and there's going to need to be a dramatic shift in mentality where I don't know if this team currently has the hunger to see it through and to go on one of those game-winning
runs,
season-winning runs.
I'm
yeah,
still
so
slightly delusional.
we'll see.
All right,
huh? You're still slightly delusional. Like I'm
delusional.
saying, I mean, guys, you're 6 points, or no, you're 7 points, and we're 6.
Hey, all I'm saying is
that could change in 2 weeks.
Their last 5 games aren't the easiest games. That's what I tell
Arsenal?
That's what I tell myself. That's
their
what
next 5.
Their next 5 games. Sorry.
Yeah,
their next
okay.
5 games.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm gonna be hoping.
Shoot,
I'm gonna be using the
after
rosary
that,
bead, whatever works.
It's
But
not, their last like 4 or 5 games was actually pretty easy. But
a lot of things can happen. We still have some weeks left because we're in week 24, 25.
Let's see. 1, 2,
There's
3,
still like 40
4,
points
5,
left, man. It's still
Yeah,
6,
we're on week 24.
11, 12, 13.
I think Arsenal
we have 12.
knows.
There's 14 games left.
14 games left.
I think
So that's
Arsenal
a lot.
knows.
That's actually a lot of games. Yeah.
I think Arsenal knows that they should be much further ahead
100
by now.
Like
to
a month
seal
ago,
it
they
in.
were 9 points away from everybody else.
Yeah.
Last
So they
week
dropped
there
a
were
little bit.
4.
And they've dropped points to
We couldn't do it, James. We couldn't do it. But we're gonna come back next week, and we're gonna make it count.
I still can't believe we didn't against Everton and Brentford. For me, I still can't believe we couldn't draw either of those. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is. And what it is next is Chelsea versus West Ham.
You guys still play them, so hey.
Yeah, we do. And just to look ahead, and
Chelsea plays them too, so
then we'll get into Chelsea, but we're playing Liverpool next. We have, Arsenal somewhere on the horizon. Real Madrid might be one of the teams that we face in this next round of Champions League. We can't avoid them every single year, so it's gonna be
shambolic right now.
Yes,
they're a joke. Yeah. They're a joke right now.
We'll just send up Donnarumma, and hopefully he can, score a great header as well.
There you go.
But let's talk about Chelsea and West Ham, our potentially last game of the weekend.
Chelsea, West Ham, brother.
West Ham.
Of all people, relegation.
How was that house?
Relegation, West Ham.
How was the house before you get into it? Because for those that don't know, his wife is a West Ham fan. So
is Tolga.
Yeah, and so is our good friend Tolga.
Yeah.
So
and to be fair, I typically root for them too, as far as bottom of the table teams. So let's just say look, I know this team. This is the exact kind of team that causes us to lose. The exact team. So I was actually nervous. I was actually a little bit more nervous about this game than I was with the Napoli game.
That's ridiculous.
Because I don't know what it is, but quote unquote smaller teams that are maybe like struggling at the bottom of the table always show up and kick our ass. And so I was a little bit nervous coming in. My wife was kind of the opposite. It's just like we kind of stink, you're probably gonna roll over us. And I don't know. She's seen a lot of losses this season, so I don't blame her. But man, early doors, Jared Bowen with the most randomest of goals of these. It was, I think it was a cross. It was intended to be a cross that missed the connection with whoever the striker was, and because it was like a weird cross.
Castellanos?
Or was that the first one? I thought it was Bowen that.
No, it was Bowen, but the striker was Castellanos.
Yeah. So it was just service, right? It was just service for somebody at the front of the line, but it didn't reach them, and because Sanchez was expecting to have a person hit it back to him, he didn't really it was just an awkward trajectory that ended up kind of coming in and hitting the bottom of the goal. And man, that first goal gutted me. I was already like, gone. Game's
7
gone.
minutes in.
Game's gone. Terrible defending. Just no good chances on our end. I think I'm trying to remember. Did we have what was the first goal? I thought we had an initial goal. Hold on a second, cut here.
It was Bowen in the 7th minute, then Somerville scored a second one for West Ham in the 36th.
Yeah. So we didn't start
Pedro.
scoring until the second half. That's right.
Yeah.
We went into it 2-0. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, and then Somerville had a great cross that actually did connect, and then Robert Sanchez had no chance on that one. Yeah, so we were really struggling, man. I was dejected. I was bummed out. I was honestly pretty pissed off. My whole last Saturday was about to be ruined.
Like my Sunday.
Like my Sunday.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. But then that second half, man. That second half started off strong. Joao Pedro again on some kind of run.
On smoke.
Beautiful goal. Cucurella with a very dangerous goal after that.
Whoa.
It was a scrappy goal. It was like a double bounce. It like bounced off of, I forgot who initiated it, but I remember it ended up just being kind of like a bounce out into no man's land. And he just jumps like thigh level.
Dives
in. That
and
guy
just
really
just hair flowing back, and you just bah.
I mean, great goal. Like that, the vibes were up. Everything was good. And then the Fernandez goal at the end, man. I actually stood up and was like waving my shirt around because I actually didn't even see that he was doing the same thing, because it was like at the very last minute where we finally got to that. But
how did he score that? I missed that one. I'm sorry.
Oh, my Lord. That's right. Joao Pedro with the back pass. So that one, actually, I was really nervous about, because Joao Pedro had gotten his foot on it. And my first thought was, Joao, just shoot it. Just shoot it, bro. Please just shoot it. When I saw that he crossed it back, he cut it back,
Club World Cup.
my stomach sunk, because I was like, it's going to get deflected. It's not going to get to anyone. And it meets with Enzo, bro. I was so happy. Bro. I was so happy. I was ecstatic. But yeah, we got to talk about Garnacho in this game, man. Garnacho in this game and Gittins. But Gittins was injured. He only played for like 10 minutes on this one.
Oh, I didn't.
Maybe not 10
that.
minutes. Probably a little less than that. But he was only in there for a little while.
26 minutes.
Yeah, oof. 26 minutes. He got off on an injury. We started off, honestly, this lineup was scary. I think I texted you guys. We had the lap up top.
Mm-hmm.
We had Badiashile. We had Gusto and Hato, which I feel like you should only have one or the other, not both. We did have Caicedo and Fernandez, but we had Garnacho on the left and Gittins out of position on the right. I actually thought Gittins didn't have that bad of a game. I think he's definitely looked worse. Which is a compliment. It sounds like it is, but it's a compliment. But man, Garnacho, Garnacho defensively. So look, Liam Rosenior has said it before. He expects man-to-man defending, man-to-man coverage for his gameplay, right? He doesn't swarm the ball. He expects everybody to attack and everybody to defend, right? He wants intensity. When I tell you that Garnacho lost his man often with Wan-Bissaka every single time. Both of those
100%.
goals was just him in no man's land, looking around like a little kid that lost at a mall.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
was
Wan-Bissaka just passing right over his head.
Right. I was just like, guy, come on. Like, you know that you're not that good of an attacker. For sure. Like
know it.
Like you're still young and you're still working on it and what have you, right? But I can see the frustration when you're 1v1 with somebody and you take it to the left and he immediately just takes the ball off of you. Like if you're not gonna be a good attacker, at least put in the work defensively. At least do that. You can't just be dead weight. We were basically playing with 10 men out there on the first half. And I've given Garnacho a lot of leeway in the past. I think I really feel like there's probably a player in there, right? Like I really think that he needs maybe some better coaching, maybe more opportunities, and I think maybe you can get that from Rosenior. But man, he just looks like poop right now, certified poop. There's one moment, bro, when we were watching, Connie and I were watching this together. Garnacho loses the ball 3 times in like 2 seconds. He gets the ball taken away from him, gets the ball back, passes it, bad pass, gets intercepted. He gets the ball back, passes it again, bad pass, gets it taken away from him again.
Yikes.
Guy, control the ball, hold the ball, press up, do something. Grim. You can't keep doing this, man. You can't keep doing this. A lot of people were like ready to kind of toss him out, throw him away. I just think that somebody needs to. I don't know what I feel about Garnacho. I think Robert Sanchez has really shown me that you can have a horrible season and then have a great comeback because he's been nothing if not great. I really strongly believe in him. And he's made me like I feel like everybody has a comeback in them. We're the comeback kings.
Go ahead.
Interim.
You got it, man.
But let's be honest, with Garnacho, we've seen moments of brilliance where he'll show up with that extra goal, with that game-winning goal.
Off the
he'll
bench.
Come up with a crazy finish. And, you see that there is a player in there. It's just lack of consistency. He seems to switch off defensively.
I think he gets scared. I think there's a confidence thing with him. I think I think the reason that he does better off the bench is because there's no expectations. There's a swap. People kind of lost track of him, so he's just out there to make a difference. And I think he thrives on that because the spotlight is not exclusively on him. When he's starting and he has to remember tactics and he has to remember, when you do this, you lose the ball, you go back. Like that's when he struggles. I think it's the moments where he's 1v1 with somebody and he has to make a decision on what to do that he really just is like a deer in headlights.
Yeah.
I think the moment he gets some confidence, he's probably going to be a different player.
It's almost do you guys remember Nunez from Liverpool, who was the Uruguayan guy? He was kind of tall. It was the same sort of thing. If you gave him too much time, too many tactics, anything like that where it required him to think and do, he struggled. But you have a quick pass to him, a quick cross to him, instincts, he's like lightning. Yeah. He can make a run, he can score, sometimes beautiful goals. But when you require too much tactics from him, I actually disagree with a little bit what you said. Him having too much of the spotlight on him. Him coming off the bench, having that, be our hero, I think it's sometimes when he does his best work.
Really?
Because I think he has a little bit of an ego, and we saw that a lot in his time in United, where he wants to do the Ronaldo celebrations. He wants to be the guy, even if he may not have the guy's skill set. He has those moments in him. but I understand that frustration. I see it all over your face, my friend.
I think the dynamic between Garnacho and United versus Garnacho and Chelsea is a little bit different because with United he was kind of like their star boy, and so he was he had a lot of pressure on him. Now that he's moved on to Chelsea, he's more of like starting from the bottom, having to rise back up to where he
earn
was.
his place.
Yeah, earn his place. And so I think that level of pressure is maybe getting to him a little bit. So who knows? We'll see. We got a big game on Tuesday. That's all I care about. I don't want to do any more comebacks. Get the lineup right. Get the strategy right. Let's do it.
You guys play Arsenal, right?
Yeah,
Arsenal in the Carabao Cup.
Beat the out of them, man.
And I'm sorry, I know you don't want to do a comeback, but bro, you already got a comeback. You already got a comeback. There, the goal difference, I think it was 3-2. So, I mean, it's definitely doable. You guys look great. And was that the first game from Rossini or the second?
No, that was the second game. That was the second game.
I mean, it was a great performance. So, I mean, yeah, just looking ahead, Tuesday and Wednesday we have the EPL Cup, or the EFL Cup rather, the Carabao Cup, where Arsenal and Chelsea are gonna play on the Tuesday, and I believe, let's see, where's that taking place? That's in the Emirates, so they're gonna be home. So they're gonna be looking defensively pretty solid.
They're not unstoppable there, as we saw.
They are not.
So
they are not.
Who knows?
They are not
possible.
100%. As we saw with United, can you do a United?
Hey,
can you be my hero, baby?
We got that new coach aura. You know what I mean? That
Take
new
my
car
breath
smell.
away. Yep, 100%.
Take my breath away.
And then on the Wednesday, we have Manchester City versus Newcastle. We have a 2-0 scoreline so far. It's going to be at the Etihad. Doku will be there. Well, no, Doku might still be injured, but we should have Semenyo and Gehi in that game as well. So we'll see what happens. And then after that, we have a pretty busy weekend where it's really front-loaded with a bunch of games on Saturday. Some tasty matchups. Man United versus Tottenham. Aston Villa, you're going to take on Bournemouth. Chelsea, you're playing Wolves. And then...
Thank God.
I know. Hey, you need that bounce back. Get that bounce back. And then the weekend closes out with Liverpool versus Man City. Oh, shit. Yep. We'll see you next week.